we made one of our first videos was, the best opportunity in the world right now. I think it was one of our videos, and that was silver at the time, and I think we were at $20 an ounce.
I was going to say I got about $17 an ounce when we first mentioned silver, and it's this morning around 93 there or thereabouts.
Still making its all-time highs, and we touted it to go to 100, and we're very nearly there, 100, 120.
Yeah, I have to say, looking at the charts, it does look overbought just now. I'm still bullish on silver, and
Yeah,
I'm not selling any silver.
yeah,
But you have to say it looks overbought, which means that for anyone that hasn't been fortunate enough to get into silver, there may well be opportunities if you have a look at the
absolutely,
charts and see where where the moving averages are and what have you, and
absolutely.
if silver falls back to the 70s, which it may well do, then that might be a good buying opportunity. I mean, we were talking about silver at the end of last year and saying, look, it's the only thing you can buy for less than the price you get buying for something in 1980. You could buy it for less than $50 an ounce, and it's jumped from that level up to almost $100 very, very quickly.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, I might even show my brokerage and show exactly how I played my trade. I made a couple grand just on a trading account. Because like you say, you have your physical asset that you always keep. It's real money. It's always going to rise in value, unlike fiat, which loses value. But in this case, you can have it as have it as your main asset, but then also trading in and out. And I mean that's performed very very well for me. But also using those moving averages, like you said, I mean, one I use the 9 to 10 moving average on. This is a small trading account that I have, and I've sold most of my position because of these sort of red days in here. But like you said, it's looking a little bit overbought. I'm looking at this red moving average here. As we start to curl over, have a couple of red days. If we were trading this, as we were saying earlier, waiting for the price to fall below there, have a kind of a red day that falls below another red day and is trading below that moving average, that would signify a potential top. So I'd be looking to take quite a significant more profit and maybe close this fully. And then you're looking at those 50 and then the 200, which is kind of where we got to before, as we've retraced the 50, bounced off of it. The 200 would be amazing if it ever came back to the 200, which I don't think it will. I think we're in a new era of silver, and $50 an ounce could be the next kind of
That's the
level.
absolute club. I've heard there are some banks that have got some very large short positions in silver.
Mm.
And if they have to cover those short positions, it means it could drop even
Squeeze.
higher in the near term too.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying we were aiming for 100 and 120, I think, when it was at 20 ounces, which was all the way down here. I do remember when we were touting it in this sort of area here and seeing it kind of uh, kind of scarily have some scary days where it dropped. But when you're buying
You
good
know that
value.
our calls are right when people are telling us we're crazy. Our best
Mm.
calls, silver at $17, Bitcoin short at 120. Everybody said we were crazy.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's the way to live 100% is be on the opposite end of people's views and follow the minority, especially. I mean, and you made a good point the other day, is most people who are talking on the internet have no idea what they're talking about. I mean, maybe we don't as well, but we seem to have a good track record. I think most of our plays have really played out nicely, and it's a shame that doesn't get you views because the minority are the minority and no one's really watching at the time. So
Well, it's good that our track record is out there. I'm glad
mm,
that we've done it. We've got our track record out there in real time that we can be judged on it, and that speaks for itself.
yeah, and it's funny because it's more like videos like these that someone's watching now are the ones that are more likely to go viral because there's more people watching silver and stuff. Whereas we're actually saying, still, fine to buy, but it's looking a little bit top if you're looking for the best kind of entries. You need to wait for those things to pull back. What you think not to do at the time is actually the uncomfortable thing to do is actually what you need to do. And, if that's waiting and even though you're desperate to buy, sadly, that is the case. You should have
In,
been watching
in,
before.
in investing, you have to do what you don't feel like doing, and of course, nobody feels like going against the crowd in
Mm,
many areas of life because we're pack animals to an extent. So nobody wants
absolutely.
to go against the crowd. But to get to be successful in investing and in other areas of life,
Mm.
you have to go against the crowd.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, is there any sympathy plays on the silver front you were thinking about? I mean, we've touched on natural gas and oil, which are two of our long list of things we've called that haven't actually moved yet. But, as a sympathy play to some of this stuff, I've
Oh,
noticed that
yeah,
natural gas has
yeah.
risen
Yeah, I
15%
mean,
today.
I'm bullish on commodities in
Mm.
general, And oil, I think, is worth a close watch. I've said it many times, and it hasn't played out at least so far. It's
Mm.
still hovering around $60. But I think oil, there's no way that oil is not going to move and go above 120 at some point in the relatively near future.
Yes, I'm looking at Brent here and I can see it's struggling to get above its 200 moving average. I mean, it just bounced off of it late last week, but it looks like it's consolidating. So actually on the chart pattern there, which I can screenshot and share right now, looks like if we can get above there, trade above that, maybe bounce on the upper side of the 200 rather than underside of it, that could be a really good opportunity.
If you look at some of these commodities priced in gold, which of course is the only way to price anything, it's priced in real money, it's actually as cheap as it's ever been.
I think the only thing that people are probably scared about is just how how it moved during COVID. But obviously, that was a once in a lifetime opportunity.
The other side of it is people are saying the economy, if the economy turns down, then there's less demand for oil.
Mm.
But things and people still have to move around the world, and for that we need oil.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And there's a reason why all these.
But it's definitely something we could look at making a longer video, take a deep dive into oil and where it's going in the coming months because
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
as I say it's definitely if people anyone for anyone who's missed out on the precious metals boom and
Mm.
missed out on silver, oil might be the way to go in the future.
Absolutely. I feel similarly about natural gas. February is typically a very good month to buy in the cycles of natural gas getting
Yes.
prepared for winter and we've actually come down to the 200 moving average. We fell through it, but now it's starting to cross back above it. February's hitting. I feel as though that might be a little opportunity, even if it's just a trading one there as well. I mean, and the sort of all-time lows for natural gas, it sort of just fluctuates sideways and gets down to maybe about two. But at the moment we're at that 200 at about 3.6. So I think that's another sympathy play potentially to catch some of these commodity runs. But yeah, it's almost a shame all of the plays that we've said are coming to fruition because it's limited on what other things we can talk about. We love
Well,
the space so much.
there's going to be many more. The
Yeah,
only the only difference between something like oil is you can't really store your own supply easily of oil, whereas you can keep a rather large amount of gold and silver buried in the garden or somewhere safe. You can't really do the same with oil, which is why during COVID it went negative because
yeah.
there was so much supply and no place to store it.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to do another sort of stock five stock to buy now. I mean, those have performed very well from our videos that are maybe sympathy plays in the assets that we absolutely love that have already all exploded.
Yeah,
So
yes,
yeah,
we could be looking at precious metal stocks. We could be looking at natural resource stocks, oil stocks, and
yeah,
so on. There are many good ones there, both
mm,
majors and in the junior categories. So
yeah.
yeah, it's definitely something we'd be having a look at.
Yeah, our biggest win was it was a sort of natural gas hydrogen play, and that's still rising now. I'm even a bit surprised at how much that's risen. It's now at blimey, it's now at nearly $1. We first talked about it at 3 cents, so
Yeah.
that
So
is yeah.
anyone that listened could have made more than 30 times the money.
Yeah, yeah, very scary but exciting how the market moves and how many opportunities there
Well,
are.
it just shows the opportunities that exist in these penny stocks,
Mm,
and
absolutely.
we'll be talking about more penny stocks like that in the future.